What's going on here in the Beat Sessions? I'm your host, Mitchell Weary. It's Friday, April 29th, so let's talk about Bloc Party and their new record, Alpha Games. It's studio album number 6 for the band, and it follows their 2016 effort, Hymns. And I've had a pretty good laugh at my expense since finishing this record. I told myself going into this thing, don't talk about Silent Alarm. It's in the past. It's been 17 years since the release of that record, and the band actually just recently finished up a tour celebrating the anniversary, playing the album in its entirety. So let's focus on this new record. That, and if you follow my channel, you know that I don't look at any other reviews before I go into my own, just to keep mine objective. And so I throw this thing on and I'm like, man, there's a lot on here that really reminds me of Silent Alarm. That funky, frenetic energy and that signature riff play between Lissac and Okarike especially. And the combination of those two things are really what defined this band's sound. And I would argue what separated them from their peers at the release of Silent Alarm in 2005. And so I jump on the internet afterwards, come to discover that Okarike and company are trying to tap into the energy from those sessions. And who can blame them? That is an incredible album. Absolutely remarkable. And while this album doesn't quite match the energy of that record, and while I don't think they ever will, I think it's an important move for the band with their new rhythm section. Justin Harris and Luis Bartle taking over respectively on bass and drums, and I really like what they're bringing to the table. I miss Matt and Gordon. I'm not going to lie about that, but they're gone. That is in the past, much like Silent Alarm. And so we need to move forward. And, Kelly Okarike is that type of artist. And I like the balance here. I like that he's feeling a little nostalgic, but trying to lay the framework for what Bloc Party is going to be. And so on Hymns, it was basically just Lissac and Okarike writing the songs. Harris and Bartle helped record, but now on this new record, they're more involved with the writing process. You have all 4 of these players coming together to make the music on this album. And I think that that is really where the difference lies. It's very nuanced, and I think it's going to take me a few more listens to really catch all those nuances as far as those minor differences. But it's the rhythm section, and it's the way that these 2 players versus the last 2 players are helping Lissac and Okarike carry that amazing guitar work. And so I'm loving the vocal hooks from Okarike on this thing. You get just that fun vocal element from him lyrically. He can be witty and snarky and charming and just about everything when he sings and writes. So I'm a big fan of this record. I think this is arguably one of their better records, honestly, and I'm pretty pleased with the effort overall. Day Drinker is your first song. It leads in with this drum roll, and you get just a lot of that signature guitar work that you'd expect right off the bat. You get undulation, arpeggios, all this fun stuff. And the music, it's urgent, but it's serene. And that's one of the things that I've always really admired about Bloc Party as well, is just that balance that they have in their music. It really just makes it so much fun to listen to. Your second song, Traps, is just got this furious tempo with this sinister riff. Definitely this funky, frenetic energy here that almost turns this song into a punk track. I mean, it really is riding that energy, and it is one of my favorites for that reason. You Should Know the Truth is your third song. It's got this tempo mellows out here at this moment in the record, but not by much. The melodies are a little lighter and a little easygoing. You get some political content, which Okarike is known for as well. And this record is, Bartle describes it in a pretty cool interview. I'll post a link on that on the page for that. But Bartle describes how this is kind of an angry record. And I like how she approached her drumming style. She's like, I wasn't going to drum lightly on this record. And I thank you, Louise, for that. Your drumming on this record is pretty damn good. Column is a Snake is your fourth song. It's got this recitative vocal, urgent in its pace on the drums and bass. The guitar riffs are exciting, the way they twist and turn. It's just, again, that signature sound that you would expect from Bloc Party. Rough Justice, your fifth song. It's got this single pulsating bass note that starts the thing off and really just carries the song. I like the way the instrumentation builds in and out of this song. And it's got this fun bridge that feels like electric jangle pop. It really is very interesting. The Girls Are Fighting is your sixth song. It's got this solid funky bass groove, really like the rolling drums. And this thing tells a tale of a night out got wrong. It's got this post-punk feel. Really dig the energy of that track. Of Things Yet to Come is your seventh song. Great atmospherics on this track. Simple light riff keeps you from floating off. I like the balance there. I like the atmospherics that they create, and then there's just this single guitar piece that brings you back, that keeps you grounded. It really is a well done song. I like the way that's put together a lot. Your eighth track, Sex Magic. Verse develops a mood of intriguing curiosity. I really like the narrative of the song, the way it unfolds. It's about a tryst. It's definitely a very interesting song. The chorus works into this groovy dance rock element. Probably one of my favorite songs on this record as well. By Any Means Necessary is your ninth track. It's got this electro pop intro, and then it kicks into this dance funk song song. Your 10th song, In Situ, is it's got this, just signature Bloc Party sound. That's pretty much all I can say about it. I threw this thing on. It is a phenomenal track, definitely a highlight. It leads into your penultimate track, If We Get Caught. It's got this mid-tempo chill rock and roll element to it. Solid ambient riff, great hook, love the melody. I'm going to say that this is the highlight. Despite all my other favorites that I mentioned, If We Get Caught is the highlight on this record. And then the Peace Offering, really just a great, mellow, atmospheric way to wrap up this album. And frankly, it reminded me of the track Contemplations on Silent Alarm as the closer. The coda on this particular track, the Peace Offering, just explodes towards the end. And really just, like I said, this is not going to be as good as Silent Alarm. Don't expect it to be. The band isn't trying to do that. But I think as far as starting over and bringing in these, Bartle and Harris into the songwriting process and making them truly a part of the band, this is a great stepping stone. This is a great first step. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what these guys can come up with in the future. I'm looking forward to seeing them live, because if you haven't, the energy is off the chain at the live shows. And I'm going to go ahead and vinyl please this thing. I'm a big fan of this record. Pretty happy with the results here. Hope you enjoyed listening to this record. Hope you find this review helpful. Please like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and do all the things to help me blow this project up in 2022. And stay tuned throughout the week for more album reviews. We will see you next time on the Beat Sessions.